Well, hello, 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 everyone, and welcome. Welcome. Happy Sunday. It is Sunday, and today we're going to be making this really cute Happy Halloween cat card. We're going to be doing it step by step. So do make sure that you join us. If you have the wonderful die, excellent. Go ahead and get it ready. It's a die and stamp set. Actually, it looks like this. I threw away my fancy packaging, so I don't have it anymore. But I did do a quick printout for you guys to kind of see what it comes with. It comes with all of the gray pieces are die, and then the black pieces are stamps. So it's a stamp and die set. Okay, so you have the little cutouts for each of your sentiments, as well as all the layers for the cute candy corn and the cat and the bat and the star and the spider and the candy. You also have a ticket and you have your spider web and string. Now, the cool thing is you can use these, a lot of this for non-holiday related. It doesn't have to be Halloween, is what I'm trying to say. You could use it for any season, and the cat can be any color. Hi, Phil. Hi, Cat. Hi, everyone joining in. Thank you so much. So don't just think, oh, okay, I'm going to get a die. It's only good once a year. It's for Halloween. No, it isn't. We are going to do a Halloween one. If we have enough time, I'm hoping to quickly make two other projects. One that is non-Halloween related. Fingers crossed we can get through it. Hey, Jess. And hopefully everyone did see that the supplies, whether you're watching this on replay or if you're joining us live, the supplies are in the description box down below. Okay. Now, some of it is going to vary depending on what it is that you want to use or do. Because again, you might want your cat to be brown or white or spotted, or why not cut out of some cool paper or just black. I mean, it depends. Same thing like with the moon. Is your moon going to be yellow? Is your spider web going to be black or white, or maybe some foil glitter cardstock, right? You might want to emboss it. So some stuff will fluctuate, and we'll talk about those ideas as we go along. Aloha, hi from Hawaii. Donnie, how are ya? Who else? Okay, if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Hellos all the way around. So that is what the die set will and stamp will look like. Now, it is currently out of stock again, but it is available for pre-order in our online store. So all the products that I'm going to show you here today are available at spectrumartcreations.com. If you would like a die set, again, don't just think Halloween. Although, yes, you can save it for next year and the year after and 20 years to come. It's a metal die, so it's a non-consumable. And the stamp set is the same. You can keep using it year after year. But do not forget that it doesn't have to be Halloween. And we'll cover that as we go along. But let's get started, because the sooner we get started, the more we can do. So I am just going to jump right in. Again, all the supply list is in the description box, so I'm not going to go through it at all unless somebody has a question. And again, if you have questions for me, since we are live, you can go ahead and put them all in caps. Please reserve the all caps just for me so I don't miss your questions. And if you're watching the replay, you can go ahead and leave your questions in the comments down below. Okay. And I will be looking in to make sure that I get them answered. But let's get started. Now, I am going to make a vertical opening card. Of course, you can make a, regular, what do you want to say? Side opening one, but I'm going to make a top opening. So let's go ahead and start with our base. For now, we're going to grab an A4 piece of cardstock, and we're going to cut it 4 1/4 by 11. So let me just cut the 11 side. Actually, I don't have to cut the 11 side because it's exactly that. We're going to cut the 4 1/4. I'm so used to working with 12 by 12. And you have enough for 2, right? So save the other half. You can make 2 at the same time and make them look completely different. We're going to fold that in half. And all I'm going to do is line up my edges here and then walk it back. And then that way we get a really nice crease. I'm going to use my ergonomic bone folder. Again, also available in the store. And I'm going to fold that. So mine is top opening. Okay. All right, so everyone go ahead and get your card bases cut out. I'm not sure how many of you are crafting along with me and how many are just hanging out. And I hope you are. Even if you're not making this project, I hope you're being creative. I really do. Hey, Rhonda. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and cut our first mat. Now here I've used green. I wasn't sure what color I wanted to use. Maybe change it up. I think I'm going to go with purple. Oops. I think I'm going to go with purple, okay, for my mat. Again, it could be foiled, it could be black, it could be anything you want it to be. I'm just simply going to choose purple. And we're going to cut that at 4 1/8 by 5 1/8. Or you can just do 4. 4 by, yeah, we could just round up if you want. I don't want you to have to stop and think, but I'm going to do 4 1/8. Again, we have enough to make a second one by 5 3/8. Okay, and that should give us our first mat there. Let's cut a little bit more. I want more white to show. Just a smidge. Let's see. More? No, that's good. That's good. Okay. So everyone should have their first 2 pieces. Again, save that because we can use that for the other cards as well. Now, we're going to go ahead and cut out this gray mat here. Now, again, it doesn't have to be gray. It could be anything you want it to be. So work with what you have, or, step out there and do something different, right? That mat is going to be the gray. The gray mat is going to be 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. Again, if you need the measurements again, just let me know. So that's where we're at so far. Hey, Carol. Oh, hopefully we'll still be here when you come back. Good deal, Dawn. All right, well, you guys are cutting those. I am going to I forgot to get my inks. So I am going to get 2 inks. I'm going to get probably a gray, and then I'm going to get a white, and then I'm going to get maybe like an orangey. And again, it depends on your moon. If you went with a white moon, you might want to do some black around the edges or gray. Or if you went with a purple background, you might want to do, a darker purple or a silver, whatever you'd like. Let me just go get some inks. Or orangey, I should say. I just grabbed the first few colors that I saw. So I picked Wild Honey, which is kind of like an orangey. I picked my Glacier White. And then for my gray, maybe we'll use a pumice stone. That might not be dark enough. We'll see. Okay. So what I'm sorry?
We're talking on this phone.
Okay. So we're going to also get our punch. If you remember, I said maybe a 2-inch, 2.5-inch punch. So I'm going to go with a 2.5 instead of a 2. And then we're going to get, and again, if you have dies, nesting dies, just look for a 2.5, so sort of, around that size. I'm going to punch out my circle. That's going to be my moon. All right, and I'm going to ink that up. Oh boy, why was this taped on? I'm not sure. That's okay. Do I have a scratch piece of, you know what? we'll just use this. That's my scratch piece of paper. I wish I had my Lisa Horton mat because that would be so easy, right? But alas, we're still working in the studio. So we have a big old mess. So I'm going to go around pretty much. As you notice, there's no sense in inking all of it. So I'm going to do maybe like 3/4 of it. And then cut the rest off once we glue it down. If you want to use dimensional foam at any time, you can. You'll notice that this is fairly flat, except for the sentiment. It's kind of the only thing I use dimensional foam, but you can do the moon dimensional. You can do the cat dimensional. So you do your dimension as you'd like. Okay. So now we've got our moon. I don't know if you guys can see. It's got, again, I didn't pick a very orangey color, but it's enough to give it something. How's that? I'll bring it up close to kind of show you. Oh, it does get washed out. Well, it's there. With that done, we're going to set that off to the side. Now we're going to bring in the gray mat, and we're going to use our gray and go around the edges and darken it some. I think this is going to be too light. Yeah. Let me get oh, actually, you know what? Don't I have? No, I don't have it here. Oh, I have some carved pumpkin. Look at that. I could have used that. Let me go ahead and put that back on there and bring this in and just give it a little more. Oh, that's even better because now I have the wild honey and then I have a more orange outer. Oh, that looks good. I like that two-tone finish. Yes, much better. I'll take still photos at the end so you guys can see them. Okay, and now we're going to switcheroonie. I'm going to go see about getting me a darker gray. That's a good one. Let's do hickory smoke. That should work. So I'm using hickory smoke. And again, I'm just going to go around the outside. And just start kind of creating, see, like a darker edge. Adding more definition. I love quiet Sunday afternoons, don't you? After you go to service and then you had lunch with the family and then you get to just do a little bit of crafting, right? Just to relax and to get ready for Mondays when the storm hits, right? All right, I'm going to ink up a little bit stronger, and you can use a black if you want, but I'm just going to use the same tone and just add more of it on the outer border. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of inking. If you notice, nothing else is inked. We just want to give this panel some kind of mystery, some kind of a, depth, and then some highlights. And then we're going to bring in our white. You know what? I think I saw picket fence in here. Let's just stay with. I swear I saw picket fence. Oh, there it is. Perfect. And all I'm going to do is just bring a little bit, not a whole lot, of that picket fence right in the center. It's just going to be some highlights. Okay, something like that. So you see we have that kind of cool ghosty effect going on now. Hello, Derry. Welcome. So happy to have you here. Your first time. Well, welcome. Get ready for a lot of fun. Hey, Maureen. We do a lot of, we do sales, we do crafty videos, we do classes, we do hangouts. So it's just a lot of fun to be had. Okay, so that pretty much did the prepping for, hey, Deborah, that did mostly for our, the prepping for our moon and our background piece. With the exception, I take that back. We're going to do splatters now. And the reason why is I do not want to splatter my cat. I do not want to splatter my moon because stars are not really on top of the moon, right? That's kind of like nonsensical. So I asked you in the supply list to get your favorite splattering method. So whether you've got different splatters from us, like the picket fence, or maybe you have your Spectrum Noir acrylic paint pens or your Art by Marlene, anything that's your favorite. So we're going to find some white and we're going to splatter. Now I don't have my vortex plugged in, so I'm going to have to shake, shake, shake a lot by hand. So bear with me. All right, I think we're getting there. Now, while I'm doing this, right, if you guys want to start your die cutting, if you are ahead of me, we are going to be die cutting our pieces. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to die cut. And again, that's totally up to you. This spider web is white. So I had already, actually, when I did the first card, that's why I didn't need to die cut. I had die cut a bunch of extra pieces to make additional cards. So you might want to die cut some white and maybe a couple of black, right? I think I got, let me see. What do I have? I have, yeah, I just have like randomness here. Oh, I should keep shaking. I have both black and white. Again, you could do glitter or you could just do white or black and then we can heat emboss some glitter onto it. That would look cool. You can do some triple thick, right? Some glossy accents. That would look amazing as well. Or you can use even your, yeah, it's going to come to me. Your liquid pearls to kind of line it, or your stickles. Stickles would be a cool way if you've got some stickles to outline the web and make it look kind of glistening, you know? So just kind of think about what you have, and we're going to use that. I want to bring on my glass mat, but I don't want to give you guys a bunch of glare. Do you guys mind? Let me see how bad it is when my glass mat. Oh, you might also want to die cut some cats. Again, I just did black because kind of like my whole thing when I first got this was more of a Halloween theme, but you can die cut in brown, white, tortoise. I mean, you could, die cut in white, and then maybe if you have a cat, you can even follow like the orange and the brown spots and make it look like your kitty or your friend's cat that you're going to send this to, right? You might want to die cut a few spiders, as I call them, spiders. And you've noticed I've done some in plain cardstock, and then I've done some in glitter cardstock. So you can also do glitter or foil, or if you don't have either, but you like the look, we can use some embossing powders or stickles again on top of our die cuts and make them glisten, right? And then you might want to cut some bats too. I will not be using the candy corn pieces today. I won't be, but that doesn't mean that you can't. You should. So die cut away any pieces that you'd like. I hope that's not too bad. It's not too bad, right? Here, we'll put this over that ring. Okay. So now we're going to splatter. So we're going to go ahead and move this stuff out of the way so I don't get it everywhere, because I would. And we're going to go ahead and splatter this. If you've never splattered with the Spectrum Noir, most of you who have been here before, you follow us, you know exactly how to do this. But if you have not, it's very simple. You don't have to dirty any brushes, dilute any paint. You simply have to prime your paint. See there? We have a nice wet spot. And then I could use my finger or a scissor, and I'm just going to tap. And depending on how much I prime it, that's how much I'm going to get out of it. Right now, I'm doing light taps. I don't really care about down here. I know I don't need it. Up here, I don't need it either. Kind of need it more up here and here. And I think that looks good. So that's it. We're done. Isn't that the easiest way to splatter? And we sell the sets that come in 4 different colors in our store. It comes with the white, the black, the gold, and the silver. And I think we still have some singles too. So if you need singles, we have those as well. All right, we're going to set that off to the side to dry. Oh, I don't have whites. 1 second. For those of you who are new and are just joining us for the first time, it's not that I'm disorganized. It's that we're moving the entire studio around. And we basically gone from, at my desk has gone from the opposite side of the room. So there's a whole lot on the other end and some stuff in boxes. But anywho, it's going to be great when it's finished. But the process, yeah, doesn't make things easier, does it? Okay, so hopefully everybody is there thus far with me. So now we're going to die cut, as I mentioned, our spiders. Typically, that's what I would do while this is drying. I would go ahead and get my die cutting machine, cut out spiders and whatever I need to do, and then have them ready, okay? All right, let me get my heat gun plugged in. Don't ask me where my Timmy went because I don't know. It's in a box somewhere. So we're just going to use a regular heat gun right now. And I'm just going to get it like 30% dry because in the meantime, we could also be productive and putting our kitty cat together. So again, for this cat, you will notice that what I've done here is I went with the green eyes and green ears and then a pink nose, right? And the little white eyeballs. Again, you can change it up any which way you like. I think since we did green last time, we can do yellow. So we're going to look through our stamp set and find not this piece, yeah, this piece right here. So there are 2 pieces that look like the cat, right? This is one, which has got like the little eyeballs. Get that out of there. So it's got like the indentation. So it does all your die cutting like this. And then there's one that is the, did I just put it back? Oh my goodness, I am losing my mind. And I'm doing it live. Did I not just have the other die? Oh my gosh, what just happened? Didn't I just have the other die? All right, somebody in chat tell me where I went with it. Where did I put it? I am losing my, it's stuck underneath my magnetic bowl. Oh Lordy, I found it. So this one is the outline, okay? So we're going to be cutting that, whatever color we want our eyes to be, okay? I'm sorry, not our eyes. I'm going to do it so that it's my ears that it's going to be. So I think I'm going to go with a pink. Hopefully I have a pink scrap in here because I wasn't planning on pink. I think I was going to do yellow. Do I have pink in here anywhere? No, I sure don't. Right, let me see. That was pretty funny. I thought I was losing my mind live. I was like, didn't I just put that down? Hey, Susan. Okay, so we're going to trim this. About 3 inches should do. Again, I told you, you can use all your scraps. I just don't happen to not have my scrap box handy, so I'm just going to cut a new piece. But no worries, because none of it will go to waste. We're going to bring our little die cutting machine. I'm going to use my small one. I'm going to try it without the other plates and see, because this is a pretty simple cut. Fingers crossed, everybody. I'm going to cut it without the other supporting plates, because I don't know where they're at right now. Yeah, simple cut. Now, the reason why I chose to use what the ears are going to be, I'll explain to you why. The eyes are fairly easy to change, right? But the ears, see how thin this is right here? It's really hard to change that. Let me kill that glare for you. So it is easier to cut whatever ears you want and then add on the other pieces that you like. You can also, if you want, just go ahead and cut. It doesn't matter. But since my pink is going to be my nose and my ears, I feel better doing this in pink. And then all I'm going to do is change the eye color. And I said, what color? Yellow, right? Yeah. So I'm going to use the same yellow I had used already. This is a great way to use scraps, by the way. Hopefully I have a big enough piece. I do for my eyes. Okay. We could trace it, but we can also kind of guesstimate. Because, you know, why should we waste our time measuring it? There's one. See? We can adhere that on to the back. I am using my precision glue press. Bestest tool ever. Okay. Like so. Get any excess off. And I went too freely with it. Okay. I did it again anyway. All right, there we go. And then we're going to do another eye. Just the same way that we just did. Kind of guesstimating. If it's too small, then I'll make a bigger one. But I think we're good. Right? Yep. Perfect. Okay, we're going to add adhesive again. And we're going to adhere that on. Making sure that we're not covering the nose, right? Make sure you're not covering the nose. Sorry. My hands were wet. I'm trying not to get my hands all sticky, but at the same time, I'm wiping stuff as I go. There we go. Let's leave that there to rest for a second. Okay, then we're going to need our white marker back because we're going to do those little bits on his eyes, right? You could cut out a little piece of white, but honestly, that's overkill. You can just come in with your marker and then just touch up the little eyes like that. See, I'll bring it up close to show you. So this is what we have so far. Our little kitty cat with his eyes and a yellow eyes. And now we can go ahead and adhere that to this. And we would have achieved the white eyes with yellow, the pink ears, and the pink nose all in one shot. Hey, CK. Hey, Diane. Sorry, guys. Hey, Ori. Sorry, guys. I know I'm missing folks. I apologize. I'm trying to craft. I'm trying to stay on task. And you guys know me, right? What is my spirit animal? Everybody can say it. I won't be offended. Squirrel, right? I start talking and then I start answering questions and then I forget what on earth I'm doing. So Maddie's trying for once to stay on task. Now, I'm going to put this here at the bottom and line it up. The most important part I really, really want to line up is my ears. If I need to trim, oh, look at what I just did. I just smeared my white. We might want to let that dry for a second. That's okay. I can touch. Let me see if I can get it off. I doubt it because it's acrylic paint, but I can touch it up with my black. It's no big deal. My point was we want to line up the ears, right? But we don't care so much about here at the bottom because if anything is showing at all, we can just bring our scissors and trim that off. but the ears, you really, really want to get lined up nicely there. Let me get my black. We'll touch it up. Actually, might give us some highlights now, so it'd be kind of cool. Sometimes from mistakes come happy accidents, right? There we go. None the wiser. Oh, wait, did I miss some here? That's cool. All right. So now we have our kitty cat all done. Let's check back on this. Let's go on one of the, yeah, I can see it's still wet. Actually, I can see it. It still looks moist. So let's go ahead and give it a little bit of a dry. Okay, just like that. Another 10% dry. And we're going to set this off to the side too, because we don't want to stick our fingers back on into it. And then in the meantime, let's go ahead and work on our sentiment. Now, of course, you can use any of the sentiments that are included. You have 3, and each of them has their own piece to the die to cut it. Like this is Happy Halloween. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I lost my boo. Again, I'll have to go through when we clean up the studio and find out where it got put. And I have my October 31st, but I don't have my boo. Is it a big deal? No, I can cut it by hand. So it doesn't matter. But let's copy this card. Let's go ahead and go with October 31st. Now for this card, I did emboss my sentiment. So let's go ahead. See, it's a glitter emboss. It's so cool. So let's go ahead and do that again, because that makes it look super pretty. Boo-hoo. I know, right? I have to lose my boo. Boo-hoo. You guys. Okay, so now I'm going to get my stamping platform. I can find it. Here it is. Again, another one of the best tools ever invented. Seriously, if you're not familiar with it, and we have it in stock. It has these little pieces. It does come with a base, but you hardly ever see me use the base, which is a repositioner, so you can stamp, ink, stamp again in the same spot over and over again. But I never use it. So just because don't need it. I love this thing though by itself, because I can move this around to wherever I want and then stamp whenever I'm ready. We're going to bring in embossing powders again. Now, what color should we do the sentiment? Do we want to do the same? I picked some colors just really quickly, and you guys can tell me. Shall we stay with the October 31st glitter, which I really, really like, because there's nothing else that's purple on here. But now we do have a purple background, so so I picked, let's see. No. Well, we could do green. Oh, we have primary black. We have Ulta's Cognac. Champagne is too light. Here's that purple I use. I'll bring him up in a second and show you. That could be good too. I think these are probably the better colors. We have Persian Indigo, which is what I used before. See, it's very Halloween-y. Ulta's Cognac is more of a gold. We have a primary black. Actually, you know what? I think it's between these two. Which one do you think? Should we do the sentiment in black? Or should we do it again in purple? Oh, we're 50-50 right now. Okay, I'm going to start a poll. Hang on. I'm going to lose track. I know it. All right, guys, I'm going to start a poll, and you guys can quickly vote on whether we should do purple or if we shall do black. All right, there is your poll. All you have to do is click on whichever one is your preference. In the meantime, I'm going to start using my whoa, wow, my wow embossing pad. This is the ultra slow drying, so that way we can take our time figuring out what we want. And I need a piece of white cardstock, don't I? Here's a leftover piece. I'm going to stamp it first just to make sure the stamp is primed. And then I'll look up and that looks pretty good. Yes. And you can see, by the way, in case you're wondering, if you've never embossed, you can see, I know it's hard. Come on, focus. It's not going to want to focus because it's all white, but do you see it? It's very light. Come on, camera. Let me try like this. Let me put my thumb next to it. Maybe it'll focus on my nail. All right. Do you see the boo now? It's kind of shiny. You can see it a lot more when you're in person because you can tilt it and it kind of glistens. All right. I'm going to end the poll and see what happened. Who won? Who won? Purple, 61%. You got it, guys. Purple it is. So again, I'm going to re-ink this. I probably could just use that one because it is very slow drying. Let's see. Let's see. Where's the scratch piece of paper I had? You know what? That's not the one. I can't even blame Jenny. Where's Jenny? I guess I'll blame Ori. Ori, where's my paper? I don't know. And I have no scratch paper here. How about a paper from here? We'll use that and see if it sticks. If it doesn't stick, well, you know what? We'll do it again. It did. Now, I don't have a brush either. Golly, it's so hard to craft without your supplies, isn't it? So I'm trying to get any little bits that are extra off, but, you know, it's going to be what it's going to be. We're going with done and we had fun versus it's perfect. How's that? That matters more, that we get it done and that we had fun doing it than for it to be perfect. Because it's handmade, right? Not store-bought. And even machines don't put stuff straight. I always laugh when I buy, oh my gosh, did I just shove that underneath of there? I sure did. Let's do it again. I laugh when I buy something that is store-bought and I look at it and you can obviously see that it's completely crooked, right? And you're like, ha, at least I do it. I'm like, you see? And nobody would have noticed, you know, the only people that notice when there's mild imperfections is you because you're the one making it. Trust me, nobody else notices. I just did black. I'll do another one. We'll do two, and then we can choose. It does look nice in black, too. Oh, question? Yeah. All in caps? I don't see it. Matt, Derry. Oh, yes, yes. See, that's why I looked up Derry. So if you have a question for me, just go ahead and put it all in caps, and that really makes it jump out so I can see it, which is why I saw Phil's comment. So I do look up every now and then. I'm not going to say I look up every 2 seconds, but every now and then. And I will see your comments and answer as best as possible. All right, that's good. That's it. Let's not mess with it anymore. Okay, and now all we need to do is heat it. Again, should I have cleaned it a little bit? Maybe, but that's okay. Or use my anti-static pouch. Yeah, but we don't have to. So now we're going to heat set this. And it's really that quick. See? So now, I wish you guys could see the gloss on it. There. We have an embossed boo and a glittered boo, also in purple. Okay, so let's go ahead and die cut that. Wondering if you can use any kind of liquid glue on the gun. Yes and no, Derry. So you can use just about any glue. You can use our glue, which is what I have in here. This is Spectrum Art Creations glue. You can use Nuvo, Art Glitter, Barely glue, any glue basically that is not very high, thick viscosity. So if you have a glue like 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac, the answer is no. It's too thick. Okay. But other than that, you know, pretty much anything goes. All right, let me find my boo sentiment. Is this my boo? That's not my boo. Wait, isn't the boo the one I said I don't have? It is. That's the one I lost. I have the October 31st and I have the other one. So I ended up cutting out the one I don't have, and that's fine. We'll use it anyway because we can hand cut. And again, you know, we can get all fancy or we can just cut it straight. I think I'm just going to give it a little bit of a shape. Not too much, not too crazy. Just pretend that I'm using a die to cut this kind of thing and give it some shape. There. So there's the black, if we like that one. And let's do the purple one too while we're at it. And now we have extras, by the way. So I am going to save this for a future card. I'm just going to cut it like this and throw it in my little, my little die cuts for this set. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If you had a specific one that you were curious about, like if you have a certain glue, the best thing is just to compare it. Are you familiar with the other ones I mentioned? If you are, then you'll know it's, I wouldn't say it's an Elmer's glue consistency because, you know, it's not like school glue. It's a little thicker. So anything a little thicker than school glue consistency will work. But definitely test it. If you have to squeeze, if it's not one of the ones that I mentioned, and you have to squeeze and you're squeezing too hard, stop. All right, so we got our boo, and now we have this, and now we definitely should have this dry, right? Yes, it's dry. All right, so now we're kind of ready to start putting it together. See how simple that was? And you should have die cut your spider web, right, while we were waiting. Again, whatever color you want it to be. If you want some stickles, let me get some stickles since we're talking about them. And I'm going to get my neutral colors. I'm thinking a dark one. Yeah. I got some neutrals and I got a dark one. So we can make it glisten. All right, we're going to adhere this again, up to you. If you want to use your dimensional foams, first we're going to start with our moon. Okay. I hope everybody's with me. I haven't seen anyone say to wait, right? We're good? Okay. Let's go. We're going to add our moon, add dimensional foam if you so choose. And yeah, I'm going to kind of add more glue than I need to. Some of this we're just going to cut off and throw away. And you decide how far you want that moon to come. I'm going to say about there is good. Hold that for a second. Okay, and then I'm going to cut the rest, the excess off. I don't need that. And don't need that. You can save this for something else. This other piece. It's kind of cool. So you can save it if you want. You can do another card, maybe a smaller one with a smaller moon. Okay, so now we have our moon in place. Now that that's done, we're going to bring back, we got to do this edge, right? We have to do that before we mount it on here. So we're going to bring back our two colors. I'm going to use the same sponge for both, just because it's handy. Like that, just a little touch up, and then I'm going to come in with my card pumpkin. Oh, you can see the oxide on top of it. It's okay, it won't damage it. Okay, like so. All right, that's it. Once you're happy with this, if you need to ink black around the edges, if you feel like you need to do anything else, go ahead and do that before you mount it on here. Because once you put this on here, we're done, right? It's not coming off, and it's going to be almost, you cannot reach these edges, not really. So let's go ahead and adhere this down. I'm just kind of eyeballing that I am closely distributing my weight or my card kind of centered on there. Any excess I can remove right away. Again, this is Spectrum Art Creations glue, so it's going to dry clear no matter what. It doesn't matter. But just because, you know, we're here, why not? And this is the 5-piece tool set that we have in store. It's got the stylus, the ball stylus sets on one side, and then the silicone tips on the other side. So great for cleanup. Then we're going to mount this. We can mount this now, or we can put it all together and then mount it. So now the order doesn't really matter. I'm going to do it this way just because it's here. And oh, make sure it's opening the right way. Don't glue it upside down, because that stinks when you get to this point in your project. You're almost done. You've done all the hard work, and then you glue it on upside down. Oh, right. Hi, Tammy. Now, if that happens, by the way, don't ever despair. Don't think that's it. I just wasted all of that material. No, you didn't. All you do is you cut off that panel right in half, and then you mount it onto another base. So say, for example, this one was upside down. And I opened it, I went, no, my moon is down here. Well, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right here, and then I'm going to grab another card, make another one, and then just mount the whole panel. Now it's just, you know, got an extra white reinforcer. That's all. All right, we are done with that. Let's take a look at how we're going to look. We have our kitty cat here at the bottom. So cute. We've got our spider web. That's going to go somewhere up here, like so, draped. And then we have our boo that we're going to put up here as well if we want to, or we can put it someplace else. Oh, we forgot the spider, right? And the little spider hanging thingy. Now, I'm going to use another glitter one like I had used before again, because we're kind of just duplicating this card. All we did was change the color of the ears and the color of the eyes. That's, oh, and the sentiment. But pretty much everything else is the same. Oh, sorry, and the base. We did change some stuff, but it's pretty much all the same. Now, in your die set, you have a little piece that looks like this. And if you notice, it's tiny, so it's easy to lose. So I stuck some of my All in Create washi tape piece that I had left over on it. I do that with a lot of the smaller dies because, you know what happens. It happens. And this is a magnetic, whatchamacallit, glass mat. So it's magnetic as well, which is so cool. See, it comes with magnets. So I can use it to just magnetize itself. So it does help also with holding your dies as well. We're going to cut a piece of white. So we just need one of the little scraps that we already had. We're going to stick that on there. And we're going to cut this through. Now, I can choose if I want to do 2 strings or if I want to do 1 string. It depends on how tall your project is and how far apart you want them. So you might want to use, 2 pieces. So then cut 2. I'm going to use 1. Leave it as it is and send it to Australia. Which one? I thought you were in England. You're in Australia? Oh, upside down. I get it, Phil. It takes me a second. Down under. Got it. Got it. All right. So now we're going to glue this on here. Again, you can either do the stickles before and let it dry if you want to, or you can carefully do the stickles after. Honestly, knowing myself, I probably would do the stickles like off to the side and then put it back on there. But, well, we could put it off to the side and then come back to it afterwards. Let's see. Stardust. What's going to glisten? Icicle. Not silver. We could do, see, here's a black diamond. If I would have done it in black, we could have added some black diamond to it. There's an idea, right? Do we want to do it in black? What do you guys think? Black or white? Should we change it even more? It's up to you. Apparently, I really like icicles because I have 2. But I'm thinking stardust is more like an iridescent kind of color. Hey, Tracy. Yay. Yes, we're here. We're here. We're crafting along. Ooh, disco ball's kind of cool. Black. All right. Shauna says black. So we're going to go with black. You got it. Hi, Shauna, by the way. Let's change it up some more, right? From the original. So what I would do, and you can paint, by the way, with this stuff. You can grab a brush and literally paint it on. So you can put some on your glass mat and do it that way. As I always tell you guys, make sure you burp your bottles because otherwise you're going to be crafting and you're going to get a big old blob. So make sure all of your product comes down. When it's still, and you think, okay, I can see it. No. Tap it down and then push some out to make sure that you get rid of any air bubbles that you might have, okay? All right, and now we're going to go ahead and, you know what? I could probably do this when it's on. I think I trust myself. That might be a bad idea. All right, let's go ahead and glue this down. Again, I would use my, can I go find them? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find them. Dots. I can't think. Sticky specks. Sticky dots. Yay. Luckily, I put all the stuff that was next to my desk in one box. So it's not so bad. These are sticky specks, and we also have sticky dots. Both are the same thing. These sheets have thousands of microscopic, I know it's kind of hard to see them, little stickies. And so it turns anything to a sticker in a matter of seconds. So you're not trying to get glue in those little areas, which is like miserable, right? And then the glue oozes out and you have a mess. Oh, forget about it. This way, we simply rub it in, lift it off. Well, come on. Lift it off. And instantly, we have a sticker with no mess, no fuss, no excess glue anywhere. And we can decide. And you could use it for anything, but I love using it for intricate dies like this because nobody wants to deal with that mess. I know, right? All right, we're going to pop that on there and then we'll kind of walk it here and there. See? No mess, no fuss. What's on? Ta-da. Nothing. Isn't that the funnest thing ever? Oh, we didn't cut a black one. Gotta cut a black one. Hang on. Let's bring this back. Put this off to the side, that off to the side. And again, all the products that I'm showing you today, from the hook tool to your dies to the, oh my gosh, the stickles, the machines, the ink pads, the adhesives, everything that I'm featuring, the embossing, the, yeah, bone folder, your glues, it's all available in our online store. So if you've never checked it out, I hope you will. Let me find a piece of black. I'm sure I have some black somewhere, right? Of course I do. Look, little scraps. Cool, right? I know. Yeah, it's a mess when you have to do something like a doily, you know, or you have to adhere maybe a sentiment. Oh my goodness, it's such a mess until you discover Sticky Dots or Sticky Specs, either brand. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, it's on my mat. There it is. All right, we'll set that back off to the side. See why I do this? I almost would have lost it. I'm glad I saw it. All right, and we're going to glue that on there, and that's where a spider's going to go. Again, we can use our sticky specs, so we're not messing with trying to get glue on this super teeny tiny piece. And it just takes seconds, right? Oh my goodness, if my hands would just cooperate. There we go. And we can decide, you know, you can go lower, you can go higher, wherever you want your spider to be. I'm going to go right here. And then my spider is going to go right there, looking at my, oh, but we're going to do stickles. And then we'll set it off to the side to dry. Just bear with me because these are not my good glasses. I kind of spread this out. And this is neat because it's also going to give us some dimension, right? We can do the whole spider web, or we can do certain strands, almost like the light is catching certain strands only. And then maybe this, right? Because this is dropping down and obviously it's going to catch some light. All right, so now we've got some really cool dimension. Again, you can do the whole thing or you can just do some of it, but I think it lends it a little something too, which is nice. And now we're going to adhere this glitter spider on. Right about there. And then we've got our kitty cat that's going to go right about here looking at the spider going, huh? And again, dimensional foam if you like, right on the back. I'm going to keep mine a little flat because I think this would be adorable just as a panel. It doesn't have to be a card. It could be a panel that's added on to a journal. And I think that would be adorbs. Uh-oh. Excess glue. Okay, and now we have our sentiment to adhere, and we are done with this first one. Oh, we can even go lower. I think so, right? Yeah, let's go down here. We can ink this up as well. So if we think it's kind of like too naked, just too plain white, we can bring in some of that gray maybe and just give it a little something there on the edge. There we go. Again, add dimensional foam if you like. Like this one, I did dimensional foam. This one, I'm not going to. I'm simply going to add the boo because it's adorable. And there we go. We have finished our first project. And you can see two different colors, either the white, you know, with the green. This one we did more of the purple with the yellow eyes. This one we did October 31st. This one we did Boo. And I will take photos and post them in the Facebook group so you guys can check those out. Okay. So that is project number 1. Easy enough, right? Super easy. Right. Let's venture on to project number 2. Give me 1 second because now I'm surrounded by stuff to move some of the stuff out. And tell me, what do you think about that card? Do you like it? That panel? Oh, I should leave them here, right? So you guys can. Do you like one over the other? Do you like the purple more than the green? What do you think? Maddie, I posted one I did earlier in the group. Oh, cool. Go, Jess. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully you cut out some extras and you can go ahead and make another one here that we're going to do in 2 seconds. I just want to clean up some of this mess. Now, for the next one, we're going to do a tall pouch, okay? Give me 1 second, get my notes. What is this? Oh, there we go. For that, I'm going to use some decorative. Hey, sis, we're going to do some decorative. Oh, I forgot I have stickles on that. Be careful. We're going to do some decorative paper for this next one. Let me put this off somewhere where I'm not going to put my fingers right on it again. I always dip my fingers into everything, don't I? Okay, so I'm going to be using one of our Crafter's Companion pad just because I like the fact that it's got some spider webs on the back, and I think that's going to look kind of cool. So we just need to choose a color. I mean, there's other, I mean, the A size are super cool. You could use the A side of it, but I'm more after the spider webs, right? I'm thinking blue, red. Oh, it could be anything. I don't know. This is like green and purple. Oh, look at that ghost. It's too cute. Oh my goodness. Too adorable. This one's like more of a golden and green. That's kind of cool. Here's a more purple one, but I think that we just did purple, so I don't want to do purple again. Oh, I was going to say, I really wish it was kind of like a bluish one. Oh, well, that's kind of cool, though, isn't it? No, let's just keep it simple. Anyway, remember, always the first one is what? I always tell you guys, it's a prototype. I haven't actually made this one, by the way. We're making it together for the first time ever. So we're going to learn as we go, folks. Let me move the stickles out of here. Okay, so go ahead and pick your decorative paper, whichever one you like. It could also be something fall or Halloween-y. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I am going to give mine a Halloween look. So I think this would be kind of cool to use. We're going to cut this 5 tall by 7 1/4 wide. So I'm going to do my 7 1/4 wide first. Okay. And again, you'll have enough for 2. So, and then you'll cut this 5 tall. And I'm telling you tall and wide because if you're not using a solid panel, this one, I mean, it kind of does have orientation, but you know, yours might not necessarily have it, or yours might have like little candy corns, or I can't, Jess, because I've never done it. Oh, I love to show you, but we're doing it together. The one I'm using is my Dress My Craft, but that's not the one I typically use. I typically use my all-in-one, which has got the scoreboard and all the punches and stuff all in one board, but I can't find it. So, yeah, it is fun. Let's make it together. All right. So again, 5 tall. 5 tall. Let's double check it. Yep. By 7 1/4. Okay. There we go. We're going to bring in a scoreboard. Again, see, this is why I like my other one. I like my all-in-one, Tracy, because I don't want to keep switching between tools, but it's okay, you know, sometimes it is what it is. Get yourself a ball stylus or your bone folder, scorer, and we're going to take this and we're going to score it at 4 and make sure. Well, we could do it either way. We can score, since we have it this way now, we're going to score it at 6 3/4. All right. Let me make sure. Hang on. No. Sorry. Score at 7. Whew. I was like, that looks like a really big lip. Yeah, just 7. We're just leaving 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to turn it, and then we're going to do the same thing. Now we're going to come to 4 3/4 and just do 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. Okay? So, no. 5 tall by 7 1/4. Okay? I'll repeat again. 5 by 7 1/4. And then you're going to score 1/4 of an inch on this side, 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. So it should look like that. Okay? Yes, perfect. Thanks, Jess. All right, we're going to go ahead and just kind of fold that just so that we know what we're dealing with. And I'm going to tell you, you could take this and, you know, score it in the middle, but sometimes when you do that, it tends to bubble on you and then you have to trim it anyway. So I'm going to show you a shortcut that I do. I basically, oh, this side is so fun. I'm basically going to just create that fold, and then I'm going to walk this over, and I'm going to nestle it inside until it stops and make sure that it's lined up at the top, right? And at the bottom. And then I'm going to walk my hand back, and that's my crease. You see, so I didn't do any measuring. I could have and used a scoreboard, but this way it will never bubble or pucker on me. Make sense? Okay, so now that we've got that, we've got a little thin flap here. And we've got a little thin flap here at the bottom. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me fold it this way so you guys can see it. There. So we've got 1/4 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch, right? So from this panel, the panel that does not have the little flap, we're going to cut off that bottom. So just grab your scissors and cut right where that little lip is, that bit that we just creased. So you're going to cut that off, okay? And that's trash. So it should look something like this. And you know what? I think I didn't. You need to trim it, just trim it a bit. Maddie, I ordered the Sizzix making tool. Yes, yep, that's it. That's my favorite. I love that thing. Okay, so now, yay! Yes, you scored 1/4 of an inch. Yep, on the one side and then the one side, and that's it. Only on 2 sides. Let's call it your right, and then you flipped it, and then again on your right. So you folded this and this. Okay. Then we cut off that one. Let me do it this side because it's less busy. We cut off this one side here. Then we're going to go ahead and let me make sure. Yeah. We're going to grab this little square now that's here on the corner, and we're going to cut that off right where those folds meet, right? So now this has come off of that corner. Okay. Now we're going to take what is left here, and we're just going to cut it in an angle. It doesn't have to be like a specific deal. Just cut an angle like that, and you're going to do the same thing here on the bottom. We're basically making a pouch, and then we're going to trim that off too. So now that's been trimmed and that's been trimmed. So when you fold it, this flap will go this way and this flap will go this way, and we've made a pouch, right? But we're not closing it, so don't close it. Cool? All right. Now we've got something that looks just like this. I'll show it to you front, and I'll show it to you back. It folds right here, and it folds right here. All right, we're good? All right, now we're going to find our web, and I know it's kind of backwards, but hear me out. Hopefully it should work out. We're going to glue this on here, and we're going to try and center it. So, you know, if you want to use your ruler, we have this ruler in our store. This is the 8th 16ths, because it gives you the 8ths, it gives you the 16ths, and then on this side it's got the bubble ruler. So it starts with 0, then it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just keeps opening up, and that helps you center in seconds. You simply make sure that the same number is on both sides. So 2 is too much. 1 3/4. Hard for me to see. Yep. 1 3/4 gives you my center. See, I don't like to do math, so I'm all about the easy. So you can bring that down and mark with it doesn't matter what we mark it with, because we're going to cut it off. We're going to mark at center, which is 1 3/4, I think I just said. And then I'm going to try and center this.
Bye, Kateri. She's eating for dinner.
Bye. And then we're going to try and center it. And it kind of does help that it's got this center piece right here, because that really helps to guide where you want to center that at. Okay. I'm going to use again my sticky dots. And then lift. And don't let it fool you. These things are strong. You gotta watch your fingerprints on there.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. And we're gonna go from there to, oops, I think I went too low. To here. Sure, that's close enough. Okay, so it's gonna look something like that, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our scissors, and we're actually going to trim this off by hand. I try to give you, oops, I didn't push that down. I try to give you, try to use a punch, but it's not the shape of any punch or die. So you kind of have to trim it by hand. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow my little, see, and just leave a little lip, a little edge, just because it looks pretty. So it's fairly easy to do by hand. And see how pretty it looks when it's a double-sided paper? That just works out beautifully. I'm glad it did. All right, now we're going to assemble our kitty cat. So let's get that. The process is fairly easy once we know what we're doing, right? We know what to do. What are we going to do with this one? This one, I think I'm going to do pink again, because I want to give him or her the pink ears. You can make it a her. So let me find a pink piece again. Oh, I have a pink piece like this. This would be fun. It's got little polka dots. That could be fun. I would like to do that for spring. So you could do like little different things on for the different seasons there. There's that. I should cut multiple just in case, because we're going to hopefully do another project after this one. I'm going to show you at least 3, and then I'm going to post a bunch of inspirations in the Facebook group. So you guys can go back and see other makes and refer to those and do them like you want, or even mix them up and say, oh, I like that from this one, but I love that from this one. And that's what I do. I gather like great inspiration from other folks, but then I change it up and make it my own, right? Which when you're watching us here, you can do the same thing. You can either follow for your prototype exactly as I do, and then make a second one and make it your own, you know, twist it. Give it all kinds of other twists and turns, because that makes it fun. All right, we're going to go with the pink ears. Yep. Now, what did we do with the other one? We did yellow eyes, right? We could do orange eyes. Yeah, we haven't done orange. We've done green, yellow. Let's do orange. Do I have a scrap piece of orange in there? What color is that? Is that orange? Yeah, that's orange. I don't even know where that's from, but it's going to work. Yeah, that's cool. So I'm just going to cut a little piece off, and then I'm going to manually just cut some pieces for the eyes. Maddie, what is the die cutting machine? That is my Studio Light Inspire and Create, I think it's called. It is from Studio Light. It actually is 6 inches and it collapses. So I love this little thing because it's just miniature. Now, my favorite, of course, when I'm not live, the only thing I use is my switch, my Sizzix switch, the electronic one. That thing is the best. I don't have to worry about anything. It just cuts like butter and there's no cranking and I don't have to deal with it. But for the lives, you know, it takes up my desk. So I don't like to put the whole thing in front of you because then I just have to move everything. So for lives, I use this, but when I'm not live, I don't use it. So it depends also on your space, right? Because if you craft in a small area all the time, you know, like when we first started crafting, we were just crafting in the dining room table. Actually, first we started with Madison's desk, school desk, because we homeschool. And then we outgrew that. So then we switched it up and took over the dining room table. I figured, you know what? We're using the dining room table like a whopping 2 times a year, you know, like for some parties. And why do I have a full dining room table if I don't use it? So we used it and we took over that. And then finally, you know, we decided, yeah, we need to grow. And so we grew from there. But we started on a small little desk that we used to homeschool on. Okay, cool. All right. So now we've got our little kitty cat. Let's make sure it kind of sits. We're going to bring back our white to give him little eyes. So cute. All right. And then we're going to mount that on there. We should probably let that dry because we saw what I did before, right? I stuck my finger right on it. So now let's go ahead and bring in a spider. Oh, we get the spider web. Let's bring in spiders. We can get them ready. And let's also work on a sentiment. Do I have any more spiders? Oh, yeah, here's one. Yay. I was going to say, I'm going to do 3. I need to cut a couple of webs. So let me cut that too while we're waiting. Where did my black go? Where? Well, we'll just use another piece. I can't find it. We don't need a whole lot. Just a little piece. And again, this is why I told you scraps for this project are perfect. Start using all those little scraps. Cut out cats in every color. Cut out, you know, what just happened? How did that move? Did that move? I swear that moved. I lost my eyeball. That's weird. All right. Let's go ahead and just do that. Cut out a bunch of, spiders in different colors. Cut out a bunch of cats, especially the cats in different colors. You can sit there an afternoon and just cut out a bunch of cats. I don't know. Dave J's Crafting Corner. I'm looking for an Instagram and I'm looking at your Instagram and I'm in one of your creativation videos. You are? Then we must have. Which video is it? On Instagram? Did I post anything on Instagram for Creativation? Maybe. Which booth were you on? Or were you there as a buyer? Or as a creator? There's so many people that show up to Creativation.
I am at Stacy Park's booth.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, I did an interview at Stacy Park's booth. Were you the other lady that was in the back? I can't remember who.
Creative Proston?
You might have been the other lady that was in the back. So we probably said hello and met. Yes, I'm sure. So good to see you. Welcome.
I was talking to someone at the same time.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I certainly sure did stop by the booth. Isn't it funny how you can just, it's such a big community, but yet it's not such a big community. I love that. All right. Here's our kitty cat. The eyes are not fully dry. Let me give him a quick dry.
Hi, Debbie.
Uh-oh. I did it. Super quick. While that's drying, we're going to go ahead and still be careful not to smudge. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did before. We're going to adhere it, making sure that our focus is on the ears, right? The bottom we can cut off, so that's no problem. So we're going to glue these in. And I kind of went overzealous there by a smidge. All right, and I'm going to line up those ears really, really well. Again, making sure that my focus is on ensuring that the top looks well, because I can cut off anything I need to from the bottom. Okay, so we've got our second little cat. This time he's got orange eyeballs. Too cute. Trim off any excess like we did in the past and the first one. And now we're going to try and figure out what we're going to do. Now that that's done, we can either ink up if you want to ink up or just close it up. It's perfectly fine. I didn't want you to close it up because we had to do that and decide whether we were going to be inking up. You know what? We're here. This is my most expensive piece of equipment in this entire studio. It is my ugly paper plate to catch all of my little sponge, what do you want to call them? Pieces, bits? Because otherwise they end up all over my desk, right? And your desk. So I just grab a paper plate and let it catch all the goodies. And it's nice because it's recyclable. Right, I'm going to do the inside here as well, super quickly. Exactly. I'm all about the easy cleanup. All right. Yeah, see, it only takes a second. And then we're going to close this. So now we're going to add glue to our bottom flap. It doesn't matter whether you do the side or the bottom first. We're going to glue that down. And I'm creasing it at the same time. I'm burnishing it down so I can make sure I have a nice clean fold. Then we're going to do this side as well. And we're going to close this off on this side as well. Oopsie. What did I do? Kind of over bent it there for a second. All right, there we go. Get rid of any excess glue. And now we're going to put our little kitty cat here in place, because that kitty cat is going to tell us how far we want to come with our sentiments and how far we want to come with the spiders, right? So I'm going to have one spider maybe crawling up, I think. And then I might, do I have any more of the sparkly ones? I don't think I have enough. I got one. I got two. No. You know what? We can make them sparkly ourselves, right? Or we can emboss them if we want. We can always emboss them. But let's just, you know what? I'll use the stickles because it's quicker. So I'm just going to get these fellas. And while they're drying, we'll do something else. And I like that it gives them dimension too, because it makes them look. I'm purposely kind of tapping. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm kind of tapping so it gives it like bumpies almost. I'll bring it up in a second to show you. Oh, I hope I can lift it. Maybe if I lift it now, I can show you it. Don't ask me how I'm going to put it back down though. It's going to be a whole nother story. We'll manage. Even if I have to stick my finger in it, I can always just touch it up. So I'm purposely giving it some texture. Remember, stickles will hold its texture. So, see, I'm kind of making it bumpy lumpy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be creepy. It's all about the creepy. Wish me luck. Oh, you know what? Where's my, oh no, I don't have my little spatula thingy. Oh, how about a ruler? Like pizza. You like it? Like serving up pizza. I have never, ever attempted to even make a pizza. I cannot imagine. I mean, I don't know what kind of, you have to be seriously talented to be able to toss those big pies, especially in New York City where we have like really big pizzas. Can you imagine? I grew up in New York, so I grew up eating New York style pizza, which is my favorite. It's the only pizza I like, actually. I know I'm weird. I don't like pizza, but yeah, the New York style pizza, man, it is big. And so those guys toss up those humongous pies up in the air like nothing. They just fling them and flip them. So, so yeah. Have you ever made a pizza? Who here in chat has ever either made a pizza or attempted to make one and was not successful? I would love to know. Do we have any talented chefs out there? Culinary arts is an art. Obviously, that's why it's called culinary arts. Cooking is an art by all means. And I truly believe that some people are gifted with it. Like my mother-in-law is definitely gifted with cooking. My mom is a very good cook. I can cook, but I definitely wouldn't consider myself a cook, like somebody who was talented at it. No, I'll cook you something and you'll eat it and it won't be bad. It's edible. But I wouldn't say that I am going to make you some amazing, meal. And I think it's maybe because I'm spoiled. My mom was always a good cook, so I never cooked. And then, my mother-in-law was a great cook, so I never cooked. So, I cook daily for the family, but again, just whatever, whether it's spaghetti or, hamburgers or just, the average everyday stuff. I don't know. I did learn a lot though. I won't say that. I did learn a lot from my mother-in-law because, I used to help out. And so I did learn a lot from her. But yeah, no. Get off, stinker. It's all sticking to my, get off, get off. No, it doesn't want to get off. Wow, this is a stubborn thing. There it goes. You have made many? Really? Tammy, can you do the whole like stretching of the pie and stuff? Oh my God, that's awesome, Oriana. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Lucky girl. Here in Florida, I mean, I'm a Floridian now because I've lived here most of my life. I don't even consider myself anything else anymore now. I came here as a teenager and never left. But I will tell you that, oh, crud. Did I just stick that on backward? I stuck it upside down, guys. Hang on. Let's do it again. Actually, I should do it up here and leave it up here. Why am I working down here? Every place that opens up here always has on the window, New York style pizza, authentic, real pizza, New York, blah, blah, blah. It's always real, right? The most authentic, number one, blah, blah. And you go in there and it doesn't taste anything like New York pizza at all. And I'm like, really? Really? Every one of you is number one, but not a one that I've ever tasted has ever been authentic. Not gonna happen. Let go. I should have glued this onto the card first. All right, note to self, but hopefully it helped everyone catch up, right? With my delays. All right, so we're gonna glue our kitty cat down and then we're gonna let those dry and then we're gonna put our spiders on. And then my question is, do we want a sentiment here or do we want it in the pouch? It could go either way. Let me glue this guy on first, and then we can decide. Actually, we can bring on that bigger sentiment. Since this is a bigger one, we can bring on a larger sentiment, like the Happy Halloween. And I love how those spiders look in the back. The spider webs from the paper line, it just looks awesome. So it's going to look adorable with all the little spiders on there. Okay. Now, let's choose a sentiment. I say we go with Happy Halloween, which is, I think, large enough. And I think some of our spiders can even be sitting on that. That would be fun. So let's go ahead and take care of this first. We can either heat emboss or we can directly stamp. We have already done one embossed. So let's go ahead and just do a straight stamping on this one. I'm going to bring in my platform. I'm simply going to put that on there. Find me a colored cardstock. What do you think? Should we do orange to go with the eyes? So it kind of ties in. That might be neat, right? Or we can even use a darker orange. I have here this darker orange. That might be fun, but it's textured. I don't like stamping on texture. Can you stamp on texture? Absolutely, you can. Do I not prefer it? I don't prefer it because I think it gives it, the stamping is not as crisp or as clear. So instead, let's just use the same one to coordinate. That is such a fun little piece right there. This border. I'm gonna have to save that because I want to stamp something with it. Look how cool that looks. We could have added a little extra border if I wouldn't have glued that down. That would have been fun. All right, let's stamp away. I'm going to use my Graphic 45 hybrid ink. Oh, Lord, no, I can't throw it, but I have perfected it. Wow, that's awesome, though. I can't do any of the above. I had some people over once. They said they worked at a pizza place and to put cheese on first. And the crust was soggy and never cooked. I will never cook pizza for company again. Oh my gosh. Oh no, that's terrible. Ugh. That's horrible. Yuck. Again, I don't care where I stamp here, but if you had a specific place, like if I wanted to stamp this directly onto this, for example, with this stamper, I can position it anywhere I want first. I don't have to hold on to it. I can see through and make sure I'm straight and all that good stuff and then stamp. But in this case, we're going to cut it out so it doesn't matter. Okay. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and die cut that. I'm going to place, well, let's cut it out first. And then we're going to place our little die here while those spiders are drying. The spiders. And we're going to use, I'm just going to use an old washi. I think this is 49 in Market. It probably doesn't even have any adhesive anymore. How about this one? I tend to save my little pieces. Nope, that's gone too. And I reuse them and reuse them and reuse them. Especially if I do not have my low-tack next to me, which is what I usually like to use for my die cutting. All right, so then this is going to go through here. Oopsie. Run it through. Hopefully the desk is not shaking when I'm die cutting. If it is, tell me. Because again, we're still working on the setup. So trying to make sure that the camera does not shake whenever I use whatever techniques I want to use. Oh, that looks so cute with the orange eyes. I love it. I know I'm loving the kitty too, right? So thinking cute. And we're going to do one that's not Halloween. Okay, so in 2 seconds. Okay, so now what do we want to do? We want to, oh, are my spiders still wet? I think so. Oh, well, we can always add extra stickles after the fact. We're going to decide. I want one crawling up, kind of late for me to add now my sticky dots. So this one's going to be kind of heading towards the top. Yeah, note to self, stickles on after, not before. All right, and then one. Wait, are we missing a spider? What happened to my other spider? I had 3. Oh my gosh, I just found my boo. It was stuck underneath. Yes. I lost a spider. Oh well. Let's add the sentiment and then we'll bring in the spider. I lost one. I had 3. Did anyone see where the other one went? Huh? Huh? Who saw it? Who done it?
Hi, Tammy. Ori's done it.
Yeah, I don't know where my little boo went. Oh well. I think the spider is going to be crawling on here or towards it. Oh, yeah. It's going to be dangling from the top and it's going to be coming onto here. So I'm going to glue actually kind of backwards. I'm going to glue this first. No, I can't do it that way because I got to hide the little web behind it. So let's bring in the little webs. I think it's going to be coming from the top here. Again, I wish I would have done the stickles after. See, this is why you do prototypes, because you learn. And then the next one you do is going to be that much better. It'll be perfect. And then this way, it kind of worked out that we didn't have 3 spiders because, oh yeah, I would have had enough web. It would have been okay. Match that up with that one using my fingers to ensure that they're straight so it looks like one full unit. And then we're going to put that little spider here. It's going to be crawling on top of that or coming ready to come on to the Happy Halloween, which is why the kitty's going, huh, what is happening? Okay, I'm going to let that dry. So now we have got our little pouch. Now let's go ahead and cut the, I'm going to put that off to the side. I don't need it right now. Actually, toss it in there. Let's go ahead and cut our tag. Okay, so for the tag, let me make sure I got this right. We're going to use, we can even use the same paper, couldn't we? Let's get another piece of that. God bless you.
Thank you.
We can either use the same one that we've been using or we can reverse it, okay? It was stuck to my hand. Oh, that's hysterical. Who knows where it ended up? Probably my pants somewhere. I don't know. We could, oh my gosh, we could even try and cut out this little ghost. So he's like peeking out. That's hysterical. Of course, we could go through and purposely find something that is, you know, a different color so that it really jumps out at us. Let's see. This is kind of cool, that lantern, but I really like the idea of the ghost. He's kind of like peeking out for us. That's kind of the same color. Here's some purple ghosts. But you know what? We already have this cut. So let's not overthink it because it's a prototype anyway. So now we're going to cut this down to 3 1/4 wide by 6 1/2 tall. So I'm going to say that I want first to cut from here because I want to make sure. Oh, there are more spiders here. Do we want more spiders? Maybe. You know what? I don't know yet. So I'm going to cut up here. And then I'm going to look at what 6 1/2 will look like. Gooch over, kitty cat. 6 1/2. 6 1/2. Where am I? 6 1/2. I think my ghost will be too low. No. My ghost, all you'll see is up here. So I definitely need to go lower. So I'm going to cut up those spiders. What a shame. What a shame. Do something like that. And then I'm going to cut my 6 1/2. Let's see. Will that work? If it doesn't work, we'll cut another piece. I think so. I think that's going to give us, we can even go lower too. That would be cool. All right. We can decide on that. Let's cut the width, which is 3 1/4, and see where that puts us at. 3 1/4. Yes, I get to keep my ghost. Let's not put this away yet, because again, we might cut more from the bottom, depending on how it looks. We could decide to take off some more. Oh, that's kind of fun. I love that. That is just funny. You just made a paint, really, with this one? How cool. I think, let's see if it was lower. What would it look like a little lower? It's funny. I think we could go even a little lower. Let's go ahead and let's do 6 and see how that looks. And see, that's why I like to give it more, because I can trim off. I can't put it back, but I can trim off. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. All right, we're going to do that. I love that ghost. That's just funny. Now, we can use our sacked angle cutter, right? To do a tag if we want to. And, you know, there's some of you who have never seen this before, so I might as well show you. But the next one I'll do straight. So there are 2 tools from Spectrum Art Creations. There are 2 angle cutters. Where's my other one? Here. This one cuts 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. And these are patented, which is nice. These are also, the second set cuts a 1 1/4 all the way up to a 2 inch, okay, angle. So you know how you always struggle to cut angles, and you don't want to have to like try and guess, or they might be uneven and then you ruin your project. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You can first of all see exactly where you're cutting, so you know if you're cutting into your ghost or your image. You can start small if you want, and it will give you perfect results every single time in a matter of seconds. Can't find my scissors. They are gone. All you do is align the top and the side and snip. You do the same thing on the other side and snip. And then you look at it and you decide, is that how I want it? Is that good? Or do I want more of an angle? That's not bad, but I think we could do more. So then we can go to the 1/2. And see, I don't have to commit to a size first. I can literally cut. And then if you do a bunch of tags, grab all your scraps and whatnot, you will have your tags line up perfect. It's awesome, excellent for album, like tag book, because all the tags will line up flawlessly, time after time. All right, I think I like that. That's cool. So we're going to stop there with that. And again, these are available at the online store. Okay. Now, I guess since we ink this one, we kind of committed to inking this one now, right? So let's do that. And yes, I know the sponge is a disaster. But the little chest that I keep my sponges in is all blocked up now with boxes and stuff. So it'll have to wait until we start putting them back stuff. I'm hoping on Tuesday we should be able to start putting stuff back. Okay, so we can leave it like that, or we can use our crocodile and create an eyelet and do all kinds of stuff. But since this has a really cute ghost, I don't want to mess with it anymore. I think it looks awesome just the way it is. And I'm going to call that done. So that is project number 2. So now we've got 3 different versions, right? But very similar. A little bit, kind of. One is a pouch with a tag, and the 2 are cards, and then these 2 cards have different variances to them. So we've got 3. So let's go ahead and do our last project because we have time for one more. And this one's going to be a little faster because it's going to be kind of a combination of these, but it's not going to be, oh, thanks, Tammy. It's not going to be Halloween at all. So I don't want you to think Halloween when you see this die set. You can, like I said, make the cat spring. You can get flowers. You can do spring colors. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and switch it up. The next holiday coming up after that is going to be Thanksgiving, of course, which is fall too. So I'll bypass that. I'm going to go straight to Christmas just because I just so happen to have the idea that this could really be adorable for Christmas. I was going to do a springy and do a girl cat. And then for some reason, it just kind of sat with me. And I was like, what if I do Christmas? Let's do a Christmas kitty cat. Let's do that. All right, let's set these off to the side. Give me 1 second to put some stuff away. Again, I'm surrounding myself with stuff everywhere to the point where I can't find my desk. I'll take these out of here. We don't need that. We don't need this. Do we need this? No. And now I'm going to bring in some Christmas stuff. Now, no rhyme or reason. I just thought of this like right before going live. I was just going to do the Halloweens because obviously Halloween is in 11 days, right? But then I thought, you know what? Let me make sure I play with something that's not Halloween so folks can be encouraged. So I've got a sentiment Christmas stamp set. I've got some images, also some stamps that are Christmas. I did ask for an embossing folder in the description box if you wanted to craft along. So I'm using this one from Doris. Again, these are available in our online store. Not this. This is Stampin' Up. This was actually a gift from Kelly, who is Kelly's Creative Dreams. She actually sent us this because it's got French sentiment. And I thought, oh, that was so sweet. So we're going to play with that. What else are we going to play with? I did mention a little bow. So I have some bows here just from my stash. I have some brads from my stash too. And then all we have to do is pick a paper, and I have just random paper. So I'm just going to maybe pick a page from in here. Maybe something like that. These are just old paper pads, guys. Like old scraps. Who knows where I got these. I got a piece of that in case we wanted it. I'm looking for something Christmassy. Christmassy, is that a word? I think those are good. I think any one of those. Again, we're not going to overthink it. This is a prototype. So we're just going to put it together and then we'll see how we want to change it up next time. Okay. We'll learn from this one. Okay, so that's all you're going to pretty much need other than, of course, your little cat stamp. Oh, again, I'm going to go Christmas. You can go, let me kill that glare 1 second. You can go spring, okay? So, hey, Deb, yeah, meow, right? Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Shauna.
Thank
Alexa,
you.
stop. So sorry, Alexa was about to chime in there. I did pre-cut some little foliage, Christmas little sprigs and whatnot. This is in our store. It is that MD765, and it comes with all of these dies here that cut all those, and then some other ones that I didn't even die cut. Like that one I didn't die cut, that one I didn't die cut, this one I did, this one I did, that one I did, and this one I did. Okay. So this is available in our Etsy store. I don't know that it's in the .com, but it's in the Etsy. That I do know because I checked it out before going live, just in case somebody was going to ask me for the die set. Again, it is MD765, and it is $10.99. Okay, this is also available in our online store. And if you don't find it, let me know because I definitely have it in stock. I went ahead and grabbed this one. This is the Doris folder. I don't think it has a name, but it's really cool. So I'm going to use that one. But again, if you're not going Christmassy, just whatever flowers you have, you can use your 49 and mark it, right? Laser cuts. They have plenty of mushrooms and flowers, so you can make it more springy if you want. Totally up to you. All right, here we go. We ready? We're going to make a very similar pouch. This one's going to be a shorter, smaller pouch, and we're going to do a Christmas theme. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to set this off to the side because the first thing I need is going to be a white page. So let's bring out a white piece, and you can use leftovers from the previous card because you should have some. We're going to cut this to 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 7 1/4. Here I am, boxing myself in. I should have cleaned up some of this stuff. Hang on. That would help. Again, we did 3 3/4. Now we're going to do 7 1/4. We have the most beautiful laser cuts from 49 and Market available. We carry all their stuff. It's gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to score very similar to what we did before, right? We're going to score at 7 because we want to leave that 1/4 of an inch. We already know how to do this. We're going to turn it and we're going to score at 3 1/2. Again, leaving that 1/4 of an inch on the bottom. All right. That didn't look very straight. I don't know why that doesn't look straight. 2 1/2, right? It's saying it's straight. Maybe it's my eyeballs. Could be. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to go ahead and fold, right? We'll burnish it in a bit. Don't worry. We'll use our bone folder. For now, let's just kind of fold it in place so that we know what we're cutting. Remember how we did that other one before, right? We're going to grab this and we're going to walk it. We're going to fold this piece right here and we're going to walk this until it touches. And then we're going to line up the top and the bottom, and that's going to tell us where to fold. So rather than having to measure, we're just going to make it to fit. Okay? Bone folder. Ergonomic bone folder. Great for your hands. And now we're going to open it up. From the piece that does not have the little flap, we're going to cut that little score line right there. So we're going to cut here. And then we're going to cut here. All right. So we've got this going on now, right? Let me open it and show you. Now, from this side here, we're going to cut at a quick angle. No need to measure anything. Just kind of cut an angle like that. And then we're going to do the same thing here. You can either cut the little square first if you feel more comfortable, or you can just cut across like that. okay, where they meet. All right, and we have our little pouch now. If you fold it, if you feel that it's tight, like I just did, it's because I didn't cut high enough. So you can always just, you know, trim it down to make sure it's not creating any kind of bubbles or creases. I'm still feeling a bubble here, so I'm going to cut some more. Okay. And then we've got that going. Yes, we're good up to that point. Now we're going to bring in our embossing folder. And for this, sadly, I'm going to have to step away because the machine is not big enough. My little machine is not big enough for this. But we're only going to be embossing this front panel here. We're not worried about the back. I mean, if you want to run it all through, by all means. But all you have to do is line up this piece right here, making sure that you're happy. It's see-through, so you can see straight through and decide, you know, where it's going to start, where it's going to stop. Make sure you go all the way to the edge. So move your paper, this way, right? And you can see the fold line. The fold line is further in, and that's because my embossing folder has a border all the way around it, right? So I'm going to kind of line it up, distributing all of it somewhat evenly. Again, it's not a huge deal, guys, but you do want to have it at least somewhat straight. Right. And when you're happy with it, you're going to take that and you're going to run it through. I am going to actually add a little piece of tape just to make sure it doesn't shift on me. Again, gorgeous 49 and Market leftovers. Just to hold it down. And I will be right back in 2 seconds. Could you try this, please? Thank you. Okay. And here we have our embossed front panel. That. Remove this. Hello, Nina Johnson. I was just rewatching The Great Spiderscape. I was hysterical, hung on for quite a while. Thank you so much. So here we have our little folder, right?
Nina Johnson.
And we can do this, and we can fold in if we want. We could have also embossed this panel instead and then tucked it behind. So it doesn't really matter. If you emboss one or the other, don't fret by any means. All right. Now, once that we've done that, we are going to go ahead and decide on our cat. I guess I have black cats, so I'm just going to keep going with the black cats, but it could be any color cat. Don't forget. So I think we're going to do the pink ears because, again, I have that pre-cut already just to keep it simple. But in this case, again, I'm not going so much for the Halloween-y feel to it, so I think I want to do some blue eyes. So let me find a piece of blue in my little scrap bag that I grabbed. Nope, that's purple. Not sure I have blue somewhere. Nope, that's purple. Nope, that's lilac. Green. Oh, ew, I got two blues. Let's go with the lighter blue. And again, we just need a little piece to cut them out. So we're going to bring that in. And once again, we're going to just kind of guesstimate. You could use a circle punch if you wanted to, but you don't need to get all that fancy. It's just a little piece like that. If it's not big enough, I'll cut another one, but that was pretty much on the money. Okay. I think we're good. Are we? No, I think I'm short a little bit. So I'm going to cut a bigger one. Alexa, stop. I set reminders for everything in case you guys are wondering. Take out the garbage. You name it. Check the car windows. I like opening my car windows. It keeps your car smelling fresh, especially with this weather we've been having, which is a lovely weather. So I set myself reminders. Do you guys do that too? Of course, I put reminders too for when people are live or premieres, or because, you know, I'm always so stinking busy that I never remember to who's when. And by the way, if you guys want to set a reminder, let me just pop this on screen so you guys don't forget. We are live Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we are live on Saturdays starting at 4 p.m. for our live weekly sales. We do sales every night. We demo product, etc. And then on Sundays, usually we do classes or craft workshops or craft alongs, right? Look how cute it looks with blue eyes. Totally adorable. Love it. And now we can add our little pink ears. So let's do that. How many of you set reminders on your phones for everything or on your devices? Or do you just have a good memory? Some of you have good memories. I don't, not so much. You like the blue eyes? Yeah, right? So cute. So, so cute. With the little pink ears. Just looks adorable. Again, you could have given him green eyes. This one, I'm going to make a girl. Oh, you have reminders for pills? Okay, that's smart. I should do that. I really should. I'm horrible at taking medication. I am terrible at it. First of all, I don't like medications. So that's just off the bat. I think I want to purposely forget. But then, yeah, on top of it, I should. You have alarms and waking up. You need 3. Oh my gosh, you're one of those. You're one of those that falls asleep, hits the snooze, and wakes up again, then hits the snooze. And oh my goodness, I can't do that. I can't do it. I don't know how you guys do it. It would drive me crazy. All right, now we're going to pick a bow for her head. So I have several different choices for us. I grabbed some stuff just randomly from my staff.
I don't wake up for pills.
We have this little bow right here. Okay, how stinking cute. I'm going to have to zoom you in. Hang on. You know what? I think we're done with the glass mat. I'm going to take it off so you guys are not having to put up with that glare. How's that?
My first one is at 6 and I end up waking at 7:30.
I would rather sleep till the last minute and then just get up on the first go. Oh my gosh. Let me zoom that in. It's too adorable. Let me get to my camera settings. Oh, I love her. She's so cute. And again, see, you can make her girly. You can make her anything you like. But here is a little girly girl cat. Look how cute that is. Or I picked this one. I think I really like this one because it's Christmas. It's little, but it's so cute. Look, it's a little bling blingy one. Isn't that the cutest bling blingy little bow you've ever seen? I like it.
Or is it I need at least 1 hour to move from something?
Here's one with a pearl, but that one is pink, and I want to do Christmas, so we can save that for another day. Oh my gosh, look at this one for Halloween. We could have made her a Halloween cat with a purple bow. Why not? You know, she's dressed up for Halloween. Oh, this one's cute. Look at this. Again, super girly, but with little flowers. But this one would be great for spring, right? Because then we can do all kinds of flowers behind her, and then the flowers would be on her bow too. What else do I have?
I'm telling you something.
What's that? Hang on, I kind of minimized so I could see this. Have emails went out today? I haven't received one in a few. I haven't received one as of they should have. Yes. The answer is yes. You should have. Oh my gosh, look at the plastic one. That is adorable. I might like that one better. Oh, but wait, here's another red. That could go Christmas too. Oh man, that's hard. Okay, now I'm kind of leaning towards these two because of the Christmas ordeal. Let's see what else we've got. You guys are going to have to help me because there's no way I'm going to decide. You know that, right? Oh, look at this one. It's super blingy, but it's not Madison. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily Christmas. It could be. It's more like I don't know. It's more pink, I think, right? Not as red. Yeah, no. We can save that one for another day. Okay, let's keep going. There's a leopard stripe one. Is that hysterical? Get it? Feline, leopard. Okay, that is just fun. Here's a smaller red. I think it's too small. Okay, so I think I've narrowed it down to 2. So your job is going to be to help me decide. And I will start a poll and you guys can vote so I don't lose count. I'll show you the 2 choices. We're going to call this dots, okay? Because it's got polka dots. So that is choice dots. And then this one is just going to be red. I'm just going to call this one red or glossy. Let's call it glossy because it does have like a glossy effect to it. Okay, so again, I'll show them to you again. Dots. And remember, think Christmas or gloss. Okay? All right. Let me start a poll and you guys help me out and tell me which one. All right. Dots or gloss. All right, here it comes. You should see a poll now, and all you have to do is click on your choice. It should be right in the chat. Oh, wow. Neck to neck. Oh, gloss has jumped ahead. Gloss is coming up from the rear. Oh, dots just matched it. Gloss is winning now. Oh, we're even again. Oh my gosh, Phil, that is such a cute idea. Behind an armchair, a fridge. I mean, it could be peeking out of anything, right? A car window. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't just think Halloween by any means. You can definitely use this one year after year. All right, vote in chat because they're tied and we're about to put in a stop. So we're tied. I need somebody to be the tiebreaker. Who's going to be my tiebreaker? Who's it going to be? We're even. Anybody else want to chime in? I can't end it. We're 50-50. We're 50-50. Oh my goodness, somebody vote. Or somebody change your vote. I can't do both. Oh no. We're tied. Oh, that's it. End it. Boom. Who just jumped up? It was gloss. Okay, so gloss won. There you go. Gloss it is. Thank you, guys. Okay. We're going to leave the back just the way it is. It's very elegant. Of course, if you really wanted to make it super blingy, Christmassy, you can come in with some alchemy waxes and just a touch of gold or something like that. I think that'd be fun. But since we're going to have foliage, I think we're going to be okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and glue that puppy on there. But in the meantime, oh, we need to notch our pocket. I forgot. So let's do the notching again. This time we can use our punch because we're not matching the spider web, right? Oh, geez, I got it wrong every which way I just went, didn't I? Hang on, Maddie. 1.5? No. 1 3/4? No. 1 5/8? No. What is half of this thing? 1 11/16. Yep. 1 11/16. See why I don't do math, guys? See why I love this ruler? This ruler is, oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Where's 11/16? No, it's 1 3/4. I was wrong. I need a pen or something. 1 3/4. Center is going to be right about there. So I've got a little tick mark, right? I know that white is just flashing out. I'm sorry. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring back our punch. And you can use whichever size you want. You might want it wider, or it doesn't have to be very deep. Just something like that. And we're going to close it down now because we are done with this. Oh, sorry, I'm off screen. See, that's the problem with zooming in. Let me zoom out a little bit, just a little bit. There, so I'm not too far off screen, but you guys can still see. Okay, we've got our little pocket. We've got our little, we're going to add our bow last, so I'm not knocking it off every 2 seconds. And now we're just going to play with whatever you've used. Again, whether you use laser cuts or your die cuts, spring, whatever, you want to use. We're going to just simply put these here in the back, and we can cut off any excess that we want if it's too busy. And I think I want to do some different, I cut different greens because I wasn't sure. This is way too much, so we're going to cut some of that off. Same thing here, so we can use them for other, no, I want a light green. Let's see. I'm not really fond of the brown. There we go. And then we've got all kinds of little sprigs and other pieces that we can use just to kind of tuck in. What else do we have? Is this the same? No, this one's different. It's got different leaves. So maybe like so. And we'll do some berries on it. Yeah, it's a different leaf. I like that. It's a different one. Something along those lines. Sorry, am I still on screen? We're just going to tuck him in back there. I want mostly this to be berries. Okay, I gotta change this color out. It's not doing anything for me. Oh, how about a nice tall one here? Move that over, tuck that back there. Maybe something like that, and we can add some berries or something to it. I think that looks good. I even have some extra leaves if I want them. That looks good. Okay, now we need to think about, well, first of all, let's glue our berries because I haven't done that. I should have done that first. So all I'm going to do is put little drops of glue on here. And then we're going to drop some berries on there. Some bigger ones, maybe, I don't know, here. Maybe another bigger one here. Then maybe a smaller or a medium one here. And an even smaller one down here. No rhyme or reason, guys. No rhyme or reason. Just because they look awesome. And then we're going to do the same thing here. A big one. We're going to alternate. Oh, move over. There we go. We're going to alternate shapes and sizes. How about this one here? And then that's too big. This one here. You know what? No. I'm going to redo that one. Okay. We're going to pick this one for here. And then this one for here. All right. And now we've got all kinds of cute little berries on our foliage, which is going to give us even more color. I'm going to start by adhering this little guy here. And I can control how far out I want it. So something like that. Then I'm going to bring in the second one. No, this one, because it's got darker leaves. Right about here. Yeah, something like that. Then I'm going to bring in the lighter green. I just want it to be kind of short, just some little berries coming out of the side here of the whiskers. So we're going to glue that on here. Again, this is all trial and error, you know. When you make it for the first time, you kind of have to figure out what is going to look good to you, what is aesthetically pleasing. And then, of course, if you need to improve on some items on the next round, you most certainly can. I guess we'll go with, maybe I can do 2 of the brown ones. They're kind of a little light, you know? So maybe I should do 2. Yeah, maybe we should do 2. Okay. And that's going to give it some height too, which is nice. But we are going to put something else behind it too, guys. So
Rhonda says those will look even cuter on baby invitations.
Oh my goodness, wouldn't it? That is so true. I agree. There are so many ways to use this die set. It is super versatile. And I know that, when we looked at it, of course, we were gearing for Halloween and everyone's thinking, oh, it's a Halloween die. But I want you to think it's not a Halloween die. It's an anything die because you can use the cat over and over and over again. What do I want back here? Maybe nothing. Let's see. Oops. We're going to trim off any excess. I'm just trying to see how it's going to look. No, I like it. I like it. I like it. That's good. We have all kinds of little foliage going on. And then, of course, we're going to have a matching red bow, which is going to help the berries look even cuter. We can bring some stickles or some liquid pearl, some Nuvo to the berries as well, if we want to. So we can jazz them up too and make them look even more realistic. But for now, we're going to just play with it like so. Then, as I mentioned to you, I did have this other piece. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use it for anything, to be honest with you. But it might look super cute. That could look really cute in that pocket. But I don't want to cover all of my embossing either. I think it's a little wide. So I'm just going to remove that. Again, just play with ideas. Then we need a tag, right? Oh, I know what else I wanted. I wanted to do some stamping. So this one's called North Pole from Ciao Bella. And it's so pretty. Here, let me show you. It's got the little birdie, which I think it's a cardinal. It's got the mailbox. It's got the North Pole. It's got the snowman. And it's got the little berries. Kind of like the same thing we've got going here. So we could have even stamped some foliage for the background also to kind of, peek out behind it. So that's super fun. But I thought the North Pole stamp would be a really nice way to break up this area right here. And so I think I'm going to tuck it. I want to see how far. You know what? This one's starting to annoy me. 1 second. I glue that down before it drives me nuts. Okay. I want to figure out how far I want to come with it. So probably about, we could also bring it here. Can't go wrong either way. No, we're going to bring it up here. Okay, let me get my stamping platform. Which way did it go? Let's clean up some of this and find my stamping platform. There it is. Oh, look, we left the Happy Halloween still on there. So let's put it back. That was funny. I found the boo stuck to the bottom of the of my magnetic bowl. Here's the good news. Because it's a magnetic bowl, it's doing its job, right? That's exactly what I wanted it to do. So hang on to anything that I'm going to lose eventually. I need a scrap piece of paper to stamp on. Do I have anything? Where's that one paper I had earlier? Oh, well, I probably threw it away. We'll just use this. We can always use the other side. Let's get our hybrid ink.
Welcome back, Dawn.
Welcome back. Yep.
Glad to see you still on.
We are wrapping up our third project, and then you can look back at all of them and you can vote. I'm going to stamp off to the side just to see, make sure my stamp is primed. It is. And we could do this. Oh, we could do this in embossing, couldn't we? Should we do a stamp or should we do black embossing for the seal? That might be kind of cool. What do you guys think? I'll drink some water while you guys decide. Oh, that tasted good. Any thoughts? If not, I'm just going to stamp. Actually, if not, I'm just going to heat emboss. No, I'm just going to stamp. I'm just going to stamp it. It's 6:30. Yeah. All right. Again, we don't want to see it full on. We just kind of want to see it kind of peeking out from behind. Maybe about there. You're going to press down and lift off. And that's perfect. We can kind of see the stamp right on the back. I love it. It just helps to break down the back around just a little bit. And this one, I think I am going to use my foam dot or just foam roll. I think it needs to stand out just a bit from the rest of the, again, because the background is very neutral, we want to go ahead and add a little something to it. All right, maybe, you know what, I'll cut this one in half. And we might do a little piece here. And then a little piece here, just so it's not flippity floppy. And let's see. I think we are good. Except for maybe a little piece here. Okay, let's see how that looks. That looks so cute. So we're going to be doing a Christmas cat this time. And it's going to be a little girly cat. Again, I'm going to use my hook tool. I'll use this one because I do not know where the studio light went. This one comes in a set of 3 pieces. It has the hook tool, which is what I'm using right now. It has the straight pick, and then it has the fine tweezers. So it's great for weeding or for, paper weeding, right? Not your garden. It's great for weeding, or it's great for picking off little details such as these. I'm going to stand this up like this so that I can line this up and then come in from the side and stick it on there. And we have the cutest little pocket. Now we're going to finish it off by, oh, don't forget that. We're going to bring that on. Let's go ahead and now create our tag. What do you guys think? Which paper? Should we do the stripes for our tag? Or should we do the red for our tag? Oh, come back here. I'm just going to stick this on. Let me go get my extra Forte glue. 1 second. What did we decide? Did we decide? No? Okay, I'll decide then. I will wait. If anybody wants to chime in, by all means, just shout it out. I'm going to use the extra Forte. Kind of overkill, but at least we know it will not be coming off anytime soon. Again, that is the extra Forte by Stamperia. Way overglued it. So let's clean it up. All right, there we go. Pretty little kitty. Oh, a little more. There we go. The stripes. Okay, thank you. Thank you, girls. I appreciate the feedback. Now, we're going to do the stripes, and we have a choice, right? We can go ahead and even do a double fold, right? And put in a double tag, or we can just keep it simple. So, again, don't limit yourself, because you can always add even like a smaller little notepad on here.
In our pajamas.
And so we're going to cut like, ready? Now, for our tag, we are going to be doing 3 1/4 wide. Let me make sure I got that right. I'm pretty sure. See, I should have left that on for last. 3 1/4. And again, this is a shorter pocket. So the width is going to be the same as the other one, but the height will not be. And this is what I meant. If you wanted to just go ahead and fold this, we can do that. Actually, let's do that real quick. Why not? Instead, since we did a simple tag for the other one, let's do something a little bit more interesting for this one, right? Let's make sure it fits well. Let's make sure we like the height of it. I like it. That kind of worked out perfect. Look at that. So cute. That is just so stinking cute. So now what I want to do is I do want to create a fold here. So let me bring back my scoreboard. We could also staple it by all means. Let's do it with a scoreboard. We're going to bring this in. We can see that we have scored. Let me flip it over. We can see that we have scored. Wrong score tool. We've scored at 4 1/4, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it maybe 1/4 of an inch. No, because I want an eyelet. So let me get my eyelet, which is also my magnetic bowl, and kind of see how wide my eyelet is, because yours might be different. Yeah, 1/4 will work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and score again at 3 3/4. So now we have this, right? Now we have that. We're going to take this here, and we're going to find center. We can add panels, by the way. While we have it here, we can also add some decorative panels. So why not do that now? We could. Totally could. Yeah, let's do that before we close this. It takes 2 seconds and it's worth it. We're going to do 3. Okay, by this one's going to be 3 1/2. Okay, that one's going to be a shorter panel. And then this one's going to be a longer panel. And that one is going to be, we can do 3 1/2. Yeah, 3 1/2 as well. I'm not mistaken. Nope, that's pretty accurate. Right? Right. Okay. So we have our two little mats for the inside. I don't have my Tombow glue stick, so we will just use the glue press. My goal is to have the studio back together before November, because in November, I want to do a whole lot of crafting. As the holidays kick in, I like to do a lot of crafting. So I'm hoping that we're going to do a whole lot of crafting. And also in December. So I want to finish all of this, put it all back to rights so that I can reach everything that I want, and all those amazing projects that we have kind of waiting on the side that we've had waiting for a little bit. I want them to now come forward, and we're going to get to crafting. Oh, that could have been a little lower. Oh, it's too late now, but that's okay. It's not a biggie. That's kind of even. All right. Now, if you wanted to insert paper here, at this point, you can insert some papers, right? So you can make it into a notepad. I think this is just cute for a card or a sentiment, or even a couple of photos, or maybe a poem and a photo for the holidays. So I'm going to close it off by adding glue to this piece right here that we went ahead and folded. And yes, we're going to add a brad. So some of it is going to, that glue we won't need, right? But we're going to add glue everywhere just to make sure that we have a nice little fold. Now we're going to find our center. What was our center? Does anybody remember? I don't remember. 1 5/8. That's our center. 1 5/8. Bring a pen back. Kind of create a little dot on there. Now we have to be careful that our eyelet, where'd it go? Stays, kind of even from top to bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it. I'm going to try and keep it on screen so you guys can see. I'm going to place it there. I'm going to find that little dot, and then I'm going to look at my top and my bottom. And that looks actually really good. Actually, I don't have to do anything else. So now I did ask you for a crocodile in your supplies. So again, we have these in store as well. You're going to find your largest hole. Make sure you see my dot. It's kind of faint. And we're going to punch our hole. Is that my big one? Yeah, it was. Now, one thing I like to do, I like to take a pencil so I do not have to fight with my eyelets, and I just kind of stretch the paper just a little bit. I test it, and it goes in like butter. See? Like butter. And then we're just going to set that in place using our same crocodile. And now we've got a cute little notepad that we can slide into place in our little pocket. And we have additional, I forgot about the sentiment. Well, then the next one will have a sentiment. It's almost 7 o'clock now. So cute, isn't it? Yes, thank you. So now I do have some of these like Bo Bunny little brads and stuff. So we can definitely add a little bit of blingage, or maybe we can add some of these. Not cute. I like these though. Oh, this one kind of matches her eyes. We could, or we can even add it up here. That's kind of cool. Well, check that out. We could have done that before we added the panel, guys. You know we can fix that, right? Don't think, well, now what? No, it's okay. We can still do it. Here's how we're going to do that. We're going to guesstimate with the fold where this is going to go. I can see it's around the red. No, maybe the green. No, maybe this line. Yeah, somewhere around here. So what I'm going to do, let's see, is I'm going to put a little dot right there. And then I'm going to eyeball it again. I think that's pretty good. So I don't have my regular pokey tool, but I do have this one. And I don't have my little foam piece, so I'm going to have to do it in the air. Now, again, ideally, this would have been done before I put that other panel. But again, I always tell you guys, don't sweat the small stuff. That's just paper. So we're not going to sweat the small stuff. Oh, that's so cute. I'm going to really push down with my bad fingers in there. And then I'm just going to cut another panel. Actually, I can even go even more festive and cut, a different panel, different colors, and that would look even prettier. But if we don't want to cut both mats, all I have to do is cut one more the same size and just hide that piece. We could even get creative and use some kind of a belly band and create a belly band or a pocket or something to hide it too, or just a decorative border. So don't ever feel like, oh no, I can't go back and, now it's done. It's done. No, it's not done. You can always fix anything. Oh, do you remember that really big, wide? That would have been a cool pocket too. Look at that on the inside. We could have tucked that behind the panel and have made a really pretty pocket for the inside with a big poinsettia. See, there's so many options, guys. Let's cut just a regular piece. Again, I'm just giving you ideas because you're not limited at all. Paper crafting and mixed media are the most forgiving crafts that I know. Really. They really are. When it comes to art, they're the best because you really can get away with murder. You really can. It's almost impossible to destroy a piece. Where am I? My eyes are so tired now. Oh, that's the other thing. You guys are going to laugh, but this is true. You want to know some real behind the scenes laughing moments here? So there are 4 huge light bulbs in the studio, aside from some smaller, what do they call it? The recess lighting. But there are 4 big ones. Well, guess what? One light bulb burned out. Guess which one? The one right above my head. I was like, are you serious? Couldn't have been any other one. Really? So mean, right? So you have to laugh. Well, now I have to order it and I have to wait for it to come because I don't know. There's some kind of special lights. I have no idea. Don't ask me what kind of lights they are. But I have to order a new one and wait for it to come. And then, of course, have the guys climb up and change them because they're way up there. But I was like, oh my God, out of the 4 lights that could have burned out, it just had to be right the one above my head. It couldn't have been any other. Oh no. And then, of course, the poor guys are like, oh, we'll just go ahead and take one off, from the other side and transfer to this one, because we can always, wait for the other ones. And I was like, you're not going to do double work. That's nuts. I'm okay with these lights. I mean, for now, it's not as bright as I would like for it to be, but it's fine. Okay, now we're hitting the prongs. There you go. Just making sure that that's well and adhered and that is well pushed down. And now we have a cute little insert that says no L to go into our little pocket. Again, we can still trim the sides if we want to make it into a tag or not. And that concludes the Christmas version of the cat. So you see, we could make it all kinds of stuff. All right. So let's take a look at all of them now. And then you guys can tell me which one you like the best. I would appreciate your feedback. And I know you're not going to hurt my feelings by, you don't have to say all of them or whatever. You can choose. Is there a favorite? And I'll bring them up close. Do you like the little Christmas one? Again, I'll post pictures in the Facebook group. Totally adorable, right? Very clean though. Then we've got this one. Let's let it focus again. We can add some more. I need to add some more. Oh my God, I love how the black looks because I think I can do highlights now around the eyes. I hadn't thought of that. And then this one was the original one with the purple sentiment October 31st and the green eyes. And this one had a white spider web and green border. Or we have the taller, you can see the difference between the two pockets. One is way taller than the other. And that allowed us to hang the little spider web and add a sentiment. We have a spider crawling onto the sentiment. And then a little kitty cat is looking at that ghost like, oh my goodness. Like, whoa. So do you have a favorite? Maureen, you like the boo this one? Yeah, it's cute, right? With the purple. Adorbs. Anybody else have a favorite? It's kind of hard for me to decide. I've done this one twice, so I'm kind of torn. I mean, it is awesome. I love it. It does have a very pretty finish, and it's so easy to do. But I have a feeling, I think it might be this one. I love the Christmas. And again, we're going to have to do the kitty cat in the spring, and we're going to have to do the kitty cat in the summer. We can even give it glasses, sunglasses. Oh my gosh, you can have so much fun. But that ghost just kind of kills me. It's hysterical that he's just kind of, he's like appearing. Ooh. I really like the sound effects. I love the Christmas one the best. Yep, that one I know. That's a really nice one. Very clean. But again, when you see it in person, because of the texture you see, it just really gives it something. It really gives it something with that embossing. And then, of course, you can put that into a journal. Well, any of these you can glue onto a journal. So you can glue this onto a journal page and then have this become the interactive feature, right? Add a little ribbon and stuff on it. Same thing with these. You can put these into a journal, and I wouldn't even glue the whole back. I would glue 3 sides and then create a ginormous tag, right, to go in here. And then you can still open this. You can even add a little magnetic closure to this, open it so you can still journal. So it's an interactive feature for a journal. And this one, of course, needless to say, well, it's a pocket, so it can go anywhere. And that's super fun. So don't just think cards, think panels, because all these can be added onto journals. Oh, Dawn, you don't have a favorite? Okay, I'll keep reading. Oh, you're crushing on the Christmas one. I know, it is super cute, isn't it? And that die set is really nice. So if anyone's interested, the die that I use is available. The embossing folder that I use is available. The stamp set that I use is available. What is not available? The glue gun, the ink pads, the stamping block, everything that I've used is available in our online store. All but in order of preference. Happy Halloween. So this one first. Then Christmas, then Boo, and then this is the last one. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, that's an idea. Put them in order. The tag and the Christmas, the 2 newest ones. Those are the ones I just created today. Go figure, on the spot. The one with the ghost, right, Debbie? It's kind of funny how it just kind of has a ghost in there. It just worked out that way. Maddie, your editor effects are hilarious. Sorry, Mr. Hanson. What can I tell you? Oh, it wouldn't be me, right? If I wasn't making some kind of a sound effect or singing something. Okay, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun. For those of you watching the replay, I hope you have learned something and that you have enjoyed it, that it's given you ideas on how to look at your dies in a different perspective, right? In a different way as well. Don't just kind of go with what's there, but also try and reinvent them and have some fun with whatever you have in your stash already. I can't wait to see, for those of you who are going to post in the Facebook group, if you're not in our Facebook group yet, it is Spectrum Art Creations Friends. Don't forget the friends at the end. Make sure you hop on over and join the Facebook group, and then you can post your makes, whatever you're working on, ask questions, see other people's inspirations as well. And of course, also,
thank you for another great evening.
Oh, you're welcome. And of course, in the Facebook group, we do a lot of challenges, and we do like flash cute challenges and games. And so there's always something happening. So make sure you join us. Oh, thank you, Rhonda, so much. Thank you, CK.
Thank you.
Yeah, the cat dye. I know it's so hard, and that's what I was saying yesterday. That without the cat dye, it's really hard, you know. But you might have a stamp that's a spider web. You sold some stencils. There's actually a crafter's companion set that's got the bats, the spider web, the pumpkin. I can't remember what else it has. So if you don't have the dye, you can order it from us, of course, if you want it. But there's also a I wish Christy was here because she knows. Oh wait, CK, you know you used it. CK has it too. She made some cool stuff and put it in the group. Oh, here it is. Here, let me show it to you in the store. This one might be something that might be of interest to some of you who might not either have a die machine, a die cutting machine, or maybe you just wish to do something a little easier. See this one? This is a 4-piece stencil. It's a 4x4. And it has the bats, the spider. It's even got a haunted house, which I think is super fun. And it's got the pumpkin. So maybe you could use a stencil or a stamp set, something like that, you know? But yes, thank you so, so very much. Had to use my Cricut and find a cat and a web and put them in the right side. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of work. Debbie, I'm sorry. But I can't wait to see what you make. Make sure you post it in the Facebook group. I want to see. We all want to see. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And I will see you all tomorrow. Do not forget, we are live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So set a reminder, and we'll see you here tomorrow at 6.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Good night.
Night.